in the human ear, the ear has evolved whereby the skin that lines the ear canal and the skin that lines the outer membrane of the eardrum, as it dies and sheds, it moves sideways out of the ear, a bit like a conveyor belt. If it didn't, then everyone's ears would be blocked full of dead skin. And what we have here is a case whereby the skin has failed to naturally migrate, and you can see the trail, so it's called a keratin trail. So the skin had that is more lateral near the entrance had originated from the eardrum, and initially the skin was migrating sideways out of the ear, but for some reason it stopped halfway, and that trail now it no longer allows the skin to migrate. So what we have is a keratin trail, and you just get a buildup of dead keratin, and this keratin can solidify, and it can, in most patients actually who have this, they're not aware that they have it, and it doesn't really cause any problems. But in this patient, they felt discomfort and irritation in the ear. Now, this dead keratin, it's like a shard of glass. It's really, really tough. It's like cement almost on the canal wall. So I initially used a bit of suction, but as soon as I made contact with it, unfortunately I didn't have the audio on, but it kind of made a ping noise. That was that hard. So I put loads of oil in just to soften and lubricate this. And I went back in with the suction probe, but it wasn't budging. So now what I'm doing, I'm using the tip of the ear hook, and we have to be really, really gentle here, because I don't want to graze this on the canal, and we can see we're right on the bony part of the ear. And I'm just using the hook, and the patient does flinch in a moment, and that's the point where that moment there. And I managed to remove the ear hook out of the ear safely, but that's now detached the keratin trail from the canal wall. I just put a squirt more oil in there just to lubricate it. I've gone back in with a suction probe, and you're going to see me now wriggle this off the eardrum. It's detached itself. So that section of skin that I just made contact with was originally on the eardrum, and it moved sideways. I've used another analogy like a pond, and you have a pebble, and you drop the pebble in the pond and you get the ripple effect. Imagine the ripples being that keratin. And as I said, we don't know why in this particular patient just that region of the ear has stopped migrating. It had for whatever reason it may be. The rest of the ear canal is migrating. There's a bit of oil left in the anterior inferior recess, which the patient can feel, so I've just gone back in with the fine end suction probe. I'm just trying to hover over, and again you can't hear the audio, but you could hear the oil being sucked up. You may see it there slightly, and it's just because the patient felt a bit blocked. And you may see some surface wax coating the entrance of the ear. We're going to leave that because it's nice and healthy. It's just a surface layer, there's no big lumps there. And the patient can hear a lot better. You can see the patient has got a history of ear problems. There's a lot of scar tissue there, so they had chronic ear infections as a child. The eardrum is retracted, so the top part of the eardrum sucked in, which creates a little pocket, but fortunately there's no keratin build-up there. And that's due to a blocked eustachian tube, some negative pressure behind the ear, and the eardrum gets sucked in a bit like when you're on the aeroplane. So, and they instantly felt better. I've just gone back in, there's a bit of oil left in there. It's invisible to the naked eye almost. But they were very happy, and their symptoms had alleviated. So I hope you enjoyed that video.